into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yeah?
There it comes. Wait.
Is that what? No, is that really what
I don't know. I think so. I don't quite. I think it's like the long version.
I don't even remember this being the intro to it.
No, it kicks in. It kicks in.
Does it?
Oh, it's like the studio version. Oh my god.
This is
Well,
perfect.
we're back.
Clearly.
Let's just have it play like at this level the whole time. Eddie. That's my new cue. We're back. I have never heard that version. This is like the studio version of
I
Power.
dig it.
Here it comes.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Yeah.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Power Max Rangers.
Yeah. Good job, man.
Oh my god, we're back.
We're back.
We were gone.
It has been a long
for all four of
time
us.
since the
Yeah.
4 of us have been at this
So
table for
true.
iZombie.
For real, dude.
Crazy.
How does it feel? We're all blonde, kind
I
of.
know.
We are.
We're blonde.
Yep. Yep.
Hannah,
We all got adopted under the same roof and just like dyed our hair together.
We're all siblings now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're recognizable. It's been what? How long has it been since all 4 of us? So I mean, come on,
Like
it's
months.
Like months.
maybe like 2 months.
Yeah,
Christ.
dude.
Yeah.
Christ.
Crazy.
Right? It feels so weird. It feels so good to be back, guys.
We're so excited.
Yeah, and then we'll get a 3-week break, and then we'll be back again.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently. And if any of our fans know before we jump in,
Yeah.
like about this break, you know, if there's any on the interwebs, like what's the haps?
I Googled and couldn't find anything.
No, and I'm
Desiree, our resident Googler, she looked
on
into
it.
it. That's it.
I looked at all the Twitter handles of people on
Nothing.
the show, cast and crew, producers, nothing.
Yeah, and IMDb still says there's an episode next week, so
Yeah.
I'm really confused.
We're all very confused here. So February 2nd is when it said it would be back with new episodes.
Yeah.
Fill us in. Give us any info you have
Yeah.
Please do.
as to why that may be.
You know what I realized over the break? I hope everyone
What?
had a tremendous holiday.
I'm so glad you were thinking about iZombie over the break.
I was.
And Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes.
Can you believe it? I can.
No, it's
It says
crazy.
16.
I'm like, what do you mean? That we live to it? Or like, what are you saying?
Oh,
That we're
plan
alive?
words. Plan words. I realized that this show has some of the best fans because when I was gone, like, you know, opening some gifts over the holidays,
Yeah.
I would check my Twitter and it'd be like, can't wait for it to come back.
Yeah.
And all of our people were chiming in.
Yes.
And I was even checking like on iTunes, and there's people leaving reviews and rating us, and like that's one of the biggest ways that anyone can support the show, like,
Absolutely.
from week to week, and we love when everyone does it. So, and then of course on YouTube and giving us thumbs up, and we love our fans. And then today, you know, I woke up at the peak hour of 11, I think, and on my busy schedule.
Painful.
And I look at my Twitter and I see, you know, there's just so many people that were pumped for tonight's,
Yeah.
what do you call it, mid-season comeback?
Yes.
So fans,
it.
we love you. And I know that Hannah had some
Yeah.
shout outs for today. Like usual, we got to start it off with some shout outs.
Like
Yes.
usual. We don't have many today. I only checked on Twitter tonight only because YouTube, we haven't done a show in a minute. So I don't expect you guys to be like on there every second checking us out when we've had like a month break. So I only checked on
I do.
Twitter. Okay, well, calm down now.
That was
We'll
almost
do
a
it
coffee
tonight.
spill.
We'll
Do
do
you
it
know how
tonight.
close
I
that
didn't want
was?
to bring attention to it, so thanks to
Okay,
Thanks.
I'll have to shut up.
That's how we're coming back strong.
Okay, but I have
Power
5 of
Rangers.
them. I have 5. I have Florina Radu, Alex Cole, Mr. Style 90, Dustin Bradley, of course, and Christopher Not Walking. We hear today it's your birthday, man.
Yes. Say it's your birthday.
Hey, that's great. That's your birthday.
Your birthday.
We would sing you happy birthday, but nobody wants to hear our voices.
Yeah,
Oh.
probably
Well,
not.
I could disagree. I think everyone can't
You
wait
want
to
a
hear our
solo?
voices. No,
Oh,
no,
go
no,
for it.
No.
I think he's asking for
I think
it.
he wants to.
I
I'll do
think
the
he's
weird.
taking it
I'll do
there.
the pointless Asian robot thing.
Did anybody else love that thing?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I
Came out
want one
nowhere.
of those so badly.
I don't know what the point of that was.
Just
I
a
don't think there
robot doing
needs
the
to be a
wave.
point.
I guess not.
No,
You
Wings
think he makes
can do
his
it.
own
Yeah,
wings?
he can do whatever he wants to do. And I had a feeling that was one of those moments I was like off script, and he was like, "Hey, look at this cool robot I got. Can I bring this on
Yes,
set?"
I feel like
can
there were a
see
lot
that.
of moments
Yeah.
like that in this episode tonight. He was dancing with the robot, and then he was like eating almonds or something, and afterwards had a strange
He's
like.
you two had a moment. We're watching in our
doing that?
viewing room, and these two right here just look at each other like, strange choice.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you think he was tasting in there?
I don't know. Maybe he just got
I
like
don't
a
know.
funky almond.
I know, or it was just like a acting moment that he wanted to carry out.
Yeah.
An acting tick.
An acting tick.
Oh, it was just a Weberism.
I loved it.
Maybe he got
Weberism.
Maybe you got a pricker bush in there.
Freaker bush.
Pricker bush. I want to hear from the fans if they've ever heard of the term pricker bush, because one of 3 people,
I
right?
have to say I have heard of it.
Do you
but
use it? Have you?
I've never used it, but
I love that you actually rolled your eyes. Like I would
will
never
never
use
No,
that.
I'm from
I use
upstate
it.
New York, and that is a term that's been used.
I've never heard it.
Yeah.
What?
I've never even heard of pricker bush.
I've never heard of pricker
The
bush.
only
Yeah.
thing I know. What else do you call it? It's a pricker bush.
Thorns.
bush.
Like just
Yeah, but it's
Thorn bush,
not
yeah.
necessarily a thorn bush, because it can even be those plants like that have the little like holly that have points. It's anything
Here we
that
go.
pricks you. It's a pricker bush.
pricker bush. Okay.
Nobody?
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clearly the table is divided here. 'cause
Yeah.
Like if you're
Yeah,
going
it's
hiking with
divided.
some friends and you're leading and you're like, "Hey, watch out on your right, a pricker bush is
Pricker
coming
bush.
up." Nobody?
if anyone
Good.
said that, I would
We've
laugh
heard-
at them immediately.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I
Okay,
would.
well, this is common terminology back in Kentucky.
Yes.
But
And
thank
we're
you for
neighbors too.
delivering
We're
it.
state neighbors.
Yeah, so where are you at?
It's a little too north for that.
Okay.
Not saying anything.
Where you at, Jared?
I'm not saying anything.
Well, thank you for delivering it in a sentence. Now we know how to use it.
No problem, guys.
Yeah.
No problem.
Jared, watch out for the pricker bush.
Oh, I actually thought for a second. Like I actually
What?
thought there was something to my right.
Then I was effective. I did it great.
Yeah.
Watch
Hey,
out.
guys.
Where can
I liked how though when they used pricker bush in the scene, it was.
I like
so-
how you say pricker bush.
I know. Thank you.
is it? She's
You're
saying
really
it.
It's my
good.
she's
first time, guys. I've
oh,
never really said it before.
every
so-
syllable.
I know.
Yeah.
The
I say-
pricker bush.
I say pricker boosh. That's what I say. Yeah, that's what I say.
Pricker bush. In the scene, the lady who said it was just very much. I don't know. It was
Who
hard
said
to
it?
believe. The girl
Star Lee.
Star Lee came in and they were like, "You've been scratched. The zombie scratched you."
Oh,
and she was
yeah.
like, "I wasn't scratched. It was the pricker bush."
Yeah.
No, it was the pricker bush.
Like it was a man. Maybe it was like a creepy dude. Maybe it wasn't a bush at all.
That was so good. It
was
was
very-
the pricker bush.
So she did she do it like that?
Yes.
It's that pricker
I feel like
bush
I need
kid.
to roll the tape. I don't know.
Get the tape.
And scene.
You know what? I like to just be as blunt as possible. Let's just promote our Twitters right now.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Do it.
Great.
Desiree,
Okay. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at dmurph625.
she's got great head moving. Have you ever noticed that?
She does.
Head on a
and
swivel.
our like fan D Murph, she stopped tweeting at us, so I stopped giving her shout outs.
jeez. T. Murph.
Ask her where she
have to get
where
back
she
on
went.
it.
I don't know where she went. And you all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hotshot Dude.
We're all doing
And I
this.
am Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blake V Media.
And I'm Jared Gilkerson. It's at Gilkerson Radio on Twitter.
Do you love that we all get our
Yeah, I'm
like
doing it.
serious
No, I'm
voices
doing
all of
it.
a sudden when we have to do the Twitter handles?
Radio.
You all can find me on Instagram and Twitter.
1-800
This is serious business.
D. Murph.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just trying to
I
get
feel
us
like
ready for the next episode.
Starly.
You're right. You
Yes.
are.
Yeah. I'm skipping ahead.
I feel like that hotline might exist. Just
It may.
Do you remember that as kids? Like, kids probably don't do that anymore. Maybe it was just like boys, but like we would we're all terrible on here. We would all. I'm just. I have to address it. Is your mic okay?
well, apparently no.
Yeah, it's
Blake
all right.
is having mic issues. We are fixing them.
Nah, you know,
are.
it's fun.
I
It's
can tell.
we're candid.
working
Like
on
I
this.
like the audience likes when we're real about it. She,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Blake
Right,
broke
guys?
something and it's her fault.
Let's see if I fixed it.
I don't even know what I was talking about anymore.
Success.
I didn't. I just lost my whole
The
train of
hotline.
thought. Oh yeah, do you ever
On
like
the
prank
payphones.
call or like call like dirty like what you'd make up as a dirty hotline and just see who would answer?
I don't think so.
No. But my
Yes, I
phone
did.
Am I dating myself?
my phone number sounds very much like a hotline.
What is it?
So
Hotline
I
bling?
can't
I'm kidding.
share it with everybody. So when I
What's
say
it
it to
rhyme with?
people, I like when I finish it, I'm like, for a good time.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
I
what you
like
tell
that.
That's
yourself.
funny. I like
I
it.
do. No, that's what I. Yeah. Shut your mouth.
I'm just relating to the show. We had the one show with the woman. Like they referenced her and the pimp and everything. And
What
all
are you
that
talking
stuff.
about?
Remember from episode
Couple
9?
episodes ago.
And then they mentioned. We won't get into him yet. We'll wait. I wanted to jump in here with how we started off with New Hope and the Barry
Oh,
body.
yes, yes,
I wanted
yes,
to jump
yes.
in.
Yes.
Oh yes, the show.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Not 1-900.
Many
1-900 used to be the dirty ones.
1-900.
Yeah. Mix a lot. Ravi, New Hope. He's not very confident that his cure is working. He's blunt with Liv and Major at the beginning of the episode. So
Yes.
where is this? Where are we going with? Oh my god.
Everybody's gonna be a zombie again, and Blake
This
did.
is old news.
Oh, that's old news.
This
Sorry.
happened a while ago.
And Blake did spill her coffee.
Yeah.
A long time ago, friends.
I'm
Old
sorry.
news.
I didn't. I get
No
distracted
apology needed,
very
Jared.
easily. Very easily.
Say okay.
Where are we going with this? Because the rat, only had the cure for what, like a few weeks? I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing.
I would say like a
months.
month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll ballpark it 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, everyone else who's currently human that wasn't, what are we looking at here? Any guesses or what direction are they going to take this? thing?
Well,
I feel like it's going to be a very gradual change back into zombie. I don't think it's going to be like an overnight thing.
I think so too, but I would imagine, like for the show's sake, I think it's going to be that way. But like scientifically speaking, I would imagine they would turn back more quickly because a rat is
Right.
like this big and a human. So you know what I mean? I imagine that would run through their bodies more quickly.
Yes.
That's,
Science.
you know what? you know, because I'm so smart. So good at science skills.
Yeah, no, I had a thought too that, okay, so Ravi has been working on finding this cure and he was testing it out on New Hope. And for a small period of time, it seemed like it was working, you know? And so it's only now that we've found out that it actually was not a permanent cure and it only gives you back your human-like self abilities for a short period of time. But what if you just kept taking the cure
Right.
as like consistent doses?
Well, can
like
they
you
make
have to
enough
take?
though? That's the thing.
Oh yeah, because they can't remake the cure right now because
Brings
they
us
don't
back
have the
to finding the
tainted
dotty.
utopia.
The dotty. I said dotty.
Dotty.
Find the dotties with the finding those dotties with the drugs in them. This episode, I can't even. I can almost not look across the table to Hannah anymore because she's like Adam Sandler on SNL. Like it's just like right about to crack every time, and I can't do it.
There's always something back here, guys.
I got confused. 'Cause I was trying to say condoms were in. They hid the condoms at the drug.
Apparently that was worse than Dottie.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say we
I
might
guess
as well all be like Jimmy Fallon's on the show and
Yeah.
just like can't make it through a scene.
Yeah.
True.
Well, that's what they're looking for: dead bodies with condoms in them, with the drugs.
Yes,
So they
yes,
swallowed
that
them.
is what they're looking for.
Okay, so does anyone else think there's more tainted utopian? Is it utopium or utopian? No, utopium.
Utopium.
Is there any more tainted utopium besides the bodies?
There has to be.
Yeah.
There has to be, right? Or else, why are we even presenting this? Just to like go down a road of disappointment. Well, I guess that's okay.
They can't search 100 acres. This is a bit
No.
tedious.
Did anybody else think that scene was like really pretty, like the way it was shot when they
Yes,
were digging
with
the
the
light?
headlights,
Oh my
yeah.
god, it looked so awesome. And the music, doing the Christmas music in the background, I was like really digging this vibe right now, guys.
Literally digging.
I wanted this episode with all the
Ah.
Christmasness to happen before our break.
That's what I thought too. I was like,
I'm
why are we
like-
doing Santa after the New Year?
Well, they had a holiday kind of thing on the last episode before this. They had it was like a kind of a Christmas theme, like when they found the dead superhero in the garbage, the guy was singing Christmas carols and there's carolers in the background. They're kind of
yeah,
hinting.
yeah, I forgot about
but
that.
then, network contracts and stuff, the show goes away, but then they sped up the last 3 weeks. Remember, they're like Christmas,
Yeah.
this, that. So they
Yeah.
kind of try to keep you in the Christmas spirit there.
I did like the one thing I liked about the Christmas little throwback over there was Blaine's little dance in the morgue to the Christmas music
yeah.
as the scene was ending. Like really getting in the jolly spirit there.
Oh yeah.
I liked that. It was all worth it for that little moment.
Well, let's just dive into.
Probably why they put it in.
Yeah.
I think you would be right
Let's
about
make
that.
them dance
Yep.
at
More
Christmas.
Blaine dancing. All for
That's
it.
true. In more episodes. Well, let's just dive in to Blaine's storyline.
Good.
Let's just do it. We've got him and his. That's right.
He did it.
Yeah.
The awesome quote from Godfather 3, a little lackluster movie, but a great quote. That's kind of when we see that was his basically his first line of
Yes.
this entire episode, because how long is the cure gonna, now I have to, they're all attached at the hip, like everybody. Good guys, bad guys, good girls,
Good
bad
girls.
girls, girls,
Dotties.
bad guys, girls, dotties.
I loved the way this is going for you.
Yeah. So what do we think of this Blaine basement operation? Like, I didn't know it was that high up. Like, I thought it was a couple
Right?
of people, and now all of a sudden there's like a
Me
dozen
too.
people.
It's like an
down there.
assembly line.
I'm like, how long were we all on break for?
I know.
Everybody's like, I feel like so many things happened between some of the relationships, but yet between Liv and Major, they just broke up. But
Yeah.
everybody else's like enterprises or lack thereof seem to be, I don't know, moving up, moving down, whatever. I was very confused by that, but that's fine.
And then we learned from
fine.
Blaine, that he had a relationship. He was the woman's pimp, right? Was he considered the pimp of the one woman in the last episode that Major had to freeze? Remember how she said
Oh,
she
yeah,
was?
yeah.
And so they mentioned at the beginning of the episode, like, hey, she's gone missing. Someone's killing off all of our clientele, and now she's missing. A lot of clients are mad that she's not around.
Oh, I guess,
So,
yeah.
I guess
I didn't
they
know
had-
that.
Forgot about
I
that.
know,
Yeah,
I
me
totally
neither.
forgot
Until
that
right now.
happened. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I watched episode 9 today too. It was a bit of a marathon.
You cheated.
Busy day.
You know, it's a good thing you
Busy
did, though.
day.
Forgot all
Things
of that.
happen.
Check Twitter.
Yeah.
Watch TV. So I don't know if there's anything to it. He's like putting extra drugs in with the brains. I don't know if that was her client. He's like, he's
He
like
was on the phone to the one client, like packing the brains. He's like, "Yes, it's en route. We're packing it, whatever." And then
throws
someone
in.
tosses in the drugs, and he's like, real serious, Blaine style. And I hope you like to party.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hope you like to party.
All
Like,
right.
what if they don't?
I know.
Like,
well,
what if, like,
too
I
bad.
don't want to do drugs.
They're like, "What is this, baking soda?
Baking
Let me
soda?
make some cookies."
Pricker bush. That was kind of along the same veins as the Pricker bush accent. Because I don't want to get obsessed with the
Woo,
cases.
these are some good cookies.
Everybody has lost their
Blake's on a
mind.
high
know.
level.
It has been a long time for us, guys.
Blake v. Media.
Blake took some utopium before she got
Yeah,
here.
just a touch.
I mean, I wanted to know fully this is iZombie experience.
I can't keep looking at that coffee stain. So
a beautiful
I
one.
hate getting hung up on the cases, because
Right.
I mean, the meat of the show, the meat cute of the show, is everyone's relationships
It's
and the
true.
zombies. So Detective Bosio later in the episode, he's got his brain basement. She comes to, and I didn't know I guess she's been on this case. I didn't know. I guess
Right.
she hinted at it before that she's on the meat cute case and blah blah blah.
Well, she's not so much on the meat cute
that's right.
case as she is trying to figure out who's killing these
Yeah.
people who
Yeah.
are the zombies. But now apparently they go hand in hand. I mean, not necessarily hand in hand, but it's just interesting that the description for both the people happen to be Blaine. Even though Blaine may be responsible for the meat cute, but he is not responsible for the disappearance of these people, which I think will be interesting when that comes to a head.
Well, but he kind of is.
Kind of, because it goes along with his business, right?
Yeah,
and he
that's
caused them
business.
to be zombies in the first
True
place.
statement.
Exactly.
Everybody's getting busted, that means.
I say he's guilty.
I say he's guilty.
We need a new segment. Can we give you a gavel in 3 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah. We'll give her a
I
gavel.
love that so
Oh my god, I
much.
can't wait.
We'll bring her in. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, that was
This
perfect.
is
I liked
amazing.
that one.
And
Maybe
he's
we'll
on
start it. Maybe
He's
we'll
on
start it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
We will like flash to you with that sound cue, and then you can give the verdict. Yes.
Get ready.
All right, so Blake, what is your verdict
I'm ready. I'm
on
ready.
Detective Bosio? Will she find Blaine guilty? Is she gonna? Is she?
Will she find him guilty? Guilty.
Yes. Yes.
Nailed it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Is she gonna get in over her head? Because like anytime anyone gets too close to Blaine, it's either they're gonna sleep with him or they're gonna wind up dead.
She's gonna wind up dead, and then Babs is gonna have a whole moment because they're starting to date.
Truth.
You wanna have sex with this?
Yeah.
Like what?
Sex with this.
Well, they.
I don't know what. You can have it, meaning you can have
tonight.
sex with it. Babs.
Babs. Never mind. Sorry.
Poor Boz.
And how about that horrible drawing of Blaine? I mean, I'm a straight dude, but he's a good-looking guy, and that pencil drawing.
The only thing they're getting right are the different hair swoops.
The swoops.
Like all the different
Yeah.
calic things going on. They get that right in those photos. That's about it.
If you're an artist and a fan of this after show, I would like to see some fan drawings.
Do it.
Yes.
I was so
Do
angry.
it. Oh my god, I
You
would
needed
love
the gavel
that.
that time.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
This is just now. I love it. It's
Thanks.
just
So
overload.
good. So good.
We're just jumping all around. It's kind of
I know,
an ADD
but-
show. I wanted to kind of introduce a little new wrinkle this week, and I want the listeners and viewers to play along a little bit. I've got a little iZombie trivia.
Yes, we're so excited for this.
I've got-
Jared told us he was going to bring
Yeah.
this out, and we are ready.
I've got
I'm
three
not excited, I'm
questions.
gonna lose.
I'm gonna lose. I already
No,
know
you
it.
guys are, and they actually referenced kind of a little bit tonight, so maybe you'll remember.
Okay, are we supposed to write them down?
3 questions.
Or we
put
say it
all
out
three
loud?
no, write them down.
Write 'em down?
And the fans can play along with us. No Googling.
Please
Nobody
play along
cheat.
with us.
We'll need the extra long version of the Jeopardy thing because this is going to be.
It's only
Good.
3 questions?
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be 3. Is everyone ready?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna cheat,
Ready.
but you don't
Okay,
cheat
here
on
we
me.
go.
I like how Hannah's real serious. Like, don't cheat off of me.
Here we go. What is the name of Liz's brother?
Liz?
Or Liv's brother. Sorry.
You already
Yeah,
lost.
I already don't know.
Shoot.
We'll take guesses. You can play along at home.
I'm taking a guess.
Think, what is the name of Liv's brother who hasn't been in an episode in quite some time? Handsome young man.
Handsome. Is he still in the hospital?
He may be dead. But Liv has a horrible relationship with Mom.
Great, you nailed that.
And the second question. The series is set in Seattle, Washington. Where was the comic book
Nice.
set? And they did somewhat reference it tonight with a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge about shooting in a certain.
okay.
But it's close. But it's not the exact. It's the right state. They reference the correct state of where the comic book takes place.
Oh.
Um,
Well, that changes everything.
this one. This one is, I didn't know this. I kind of forgot myself. Third question. Rose MacGyver, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Is from where?
Oh, I know.
What country is Rose MacGyver from? And hint, it is not anywhere close to here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Horrible hint, Jared.
And it's also not
Horrible.
in Asia.
Okay.
Surprising.
Yeah, well, I tried
Like
my
I
best.
used to.
Well-
Why don't I remember?
I know. I feel like I used to know this.
Yeah. And also, play at home. You can get the home game of iZombie Trivia. Just go online. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we
I'm
go.
ready. I lost. I didn't get a single one right.
Let's go across the table, and we'll start with Desiree.
Ah, I'm gonna be.
What's the name of Liv's brother? I keep saying Liz's.
David. That's wrong.
David.
it's so
David
wrong.
is incorrect.
Yes.
But
I know I'm wrong,
Close.
but that's wrong.
I know.
I just like to say close. Hannah.
Cody?
Cody is not right, but it is the right amount of letters.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, great.
Blake.
Chad.
No.
Were we already with the C?
4
No.
letters.
It starts with an E.
Oh.
Evan.
Yes.
Dang it!
Evan. Cute boy Evan.
Oh, boy, Evan.
Well, we failed.
Question number 2. The series is set in Seattle, Washington. Where was the comic book set?
Well-
We'll start with Blake.
San Diego.
Incorrect.
Well, I know you said it wasn't this place, but I still put it anyway. Los Angeles.
Oh, incorrect. Sorry. They actually mentioned another city.
I put Portland.
Now, you are the closest. Desiree is the closest.
This is stupid.
It's set in Eugene, Oregon. So they were kind of jabbing at themselves tonight, saying that because of production costs, we have to do the show in Seattle.
So,
Whatever.
because you said...
Oh, no.
So I'm going to call you out
Oh,
now.
no.
Yeah, you did it wrong.
What
You
I
did
did?
it
What did I
wrong.
say?
You did it so wrong.
What did I say?
Because you said that they mentioned the city, and we were thinking Los Angeles.
They mentioned
Yeah.
Portland.
And then you
Sorry.
said, it's the same state. So we were
Oh,
thinking...
Yeah,
California.
liar.
God
Thank
damn
you.
it.
Damn it.
Oh, I'm going to spill
Shoot,
my water.
you messed up.
Okay, last question. Rose MacGyver is from where? Desiree.
I have no idea. I put England and I know it's wrong.
Not England. I don't know if that's a good England.
Ireland.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Okay.
Wow, we might go
I
0
know-
for 3.
I might win this one.
Okay, what do you got?
It's either...
No, you don't get an either or.
Well, let's make
Wait. New rule. Blake does.
Oh!
Just so we get one right, because
I
we
know
are
it's
supposed to be
right.
experts
I know
Okay,
it's
for the
right.
show.
fine. We're definitely not, clearly.
New Zealand or Australia?
I think New
Do you have a
Zealand's
hunch?
correct.
Do you have a
I was
hunch?
gonna say Australia.
I almost said New Zealand, so I think it's New Zealand.
Yeah,
Go with New
go
Zealand.
for it.
I think it's New Zealand.
It is New Zealand.
You win!
Woo!
I'm
Nice.
tripping you on the way out of the studio.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Jeez Louise.
That was good.
That was-
so
That was so much fun, Jared.
we are expert. I know. Let's do this every week. You know what we want to do? I want to talk to the fans. We want to have this as we had a call-in show last season or last half season, and we want to do another one soon. So sometime in February.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we want to do a trivia edition with the fans.
I would also
Yeah.
like to maybe have our chat rooms open and
Yeah.
people can
Ah,
engage with
yeah,
us during
yeah.
our
Yep.
episode
Yeah,
trivia.
let's
That'd be
do it.
great.
Woo.
I'll bring my laptop.
My laptop.
I'm doing that. I'm pronouncing my P's as B's now.
Laptop.
Love
Yeah,
it.
laptop.
I dig that. I dig that.
Well, that was tremendous, and I'd like to
We're
thank.
so good.
I'd like to thank the engineer Eddie for being on top of it today. He's one of the best producers here. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's on
he's
top of it. I gave
Eddie,
him a tall
you've been
task.
on fire.
Yeah, he's been on fire with it today.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What time did we start? How long
I
have we
don't
been doing
know.
this?
I don't know. But we haven't even talked about all the zombie show.
Yeah, I'm getting,
got
Zombie
so
High.
much.
I'm getting ahead here. Let's just jump to it. Let's jump to the case, the
Zombie
Zombie
High.
High. It was kind of cool how she got a gift from Ravi. It was Zombie High season 2, and so who knew right away when the kids ran into school that she's watching.
No, I was
thought
like-
she was watching the DVD.
No, I didn't. I'm absolutely
too. I
an
was with
idiot.
you.
Yeah.
I'm like a complete absolute idiot.
fell for
I
it.
didn't catch on to what was happening at all, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. iZombie's gonna like integrate like a whatever it's called, The Walking Dead kind of vibe also, and like do this kind of fun little thing in a different state and da da da. And then I was like, oh, no, it's the show. I forgot.
So you thought they're gonna like go with like a news,
I
like a
did.
would be like, and they'd be watching the news and be like, oh, high school.
Well,
students.
not even like the news, but I thought they were gonna like introduce this other thing that was happening in a different state with zombies, and then it actually kind of was a letdown to me because I was really excited about that for like a second.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, we find out that these wonderful actors and actresses, the actor Jordan Mason Marsh,
Yeah.
gets shot in the scene, and well, it's a live round, and he dies.
Yep.
So Liv, after she eats Santa brains,
Yeah.
Yeah.
still,
Some
I mean,
reason.
we could get into that, but there was.
But let's not even.
Yeah. I mean, the show didn't get
I was gonna
into
say
it,
the show didn't get into
why
it, so
should
let's
we?
not. Let's do the exact same
Well, I
thing
was
we
trying
did.
to
Yeah.
figure that out, but she was just obsessed with the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean did she eat Santa brains and then ate? Then she
And then
ate,
ate
so then it just
Jordan's
became way far away.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
Anyway.
Santa brains anymore.
So
I don't
No sense.
understand.
Yeah.
Made no sense.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
So Clive, at that point, Clive and Liv are still butting heads. And then, Liv shows interest because she watched the show and he realized she could be of some assistance.
Yeah.
I was talking to everyone before we came on. I was kind of hoping for them to be butting heads for a long time. Were you all
Yeah.
hoping the same
Yeah.
thing?
It was like a really quick let it go. Oh, we're over it. Here we are again. Like, I feel like they introduced that only in the last episode, that they needed to go on that for a little bit, give like some sort of build up and work something out in their relationship, or I have no idea. But yeah, I kind of hate that was like abandoned so quickly.
What did you two think? Did you
No, I
think
thought
that-
the same thing. I mean, when we did the last after show, we found that such a shocking thing that
Yeah.
happened. And I mean, she really crossed the line in the last episode. So for him to take her back that quickly is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, Liv super fangirly over here. she helped out.
Which
So,
I did
yeah.
enjoy watching that
I
fangirlness
did.
because like we all watch the show and like can have those like fan moments. So watching her get to play like what everybody else does was kind of fun, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. So
She
was
played
obsessed.
us.
Yeah,
She did.
We all had
Liz
a small
us.
part in this episode.
yeah,
So exciting.
right. Yeah, that's great.
Hopefully we can get her to come in here to the studio.
I know.
I got 3 weeks to work on it. I'm
You
just
got
gonna
this.
Push. I'm gonna push.
Yes.
Be persistent, Jared.
I just love that accent.
I hear she likes it.
What, to be persistent?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
Okay.
saying.
To be persistent.
Well, I hope so.
Persistence
Yeah.
pays.
I love all I have notes here like pricker bush, numbnuts. The notes are scattered. So they end up questioning the prop guy, which
Yeah.
prop master Fitz. I don't know if that's a
Prop master.
I know.
Such a fancy title.
I dig that.
but we learned that the prop guns and real guns are kind of similar, and
Which is cool.
Babs,
That's-
Babs is like, oh, okay.
I did not know this.
I didn't either.
I really thought it was like maybe a lighter, hollow thing that truly was more like a toy. They're very authentic. These
Yeah.
props.
Has anyone held a prop gun before?
I've
Yes.
never held one, but I've
The way you
seen
look
one.
on the outside.
Oh, I like this.
It's very uplifting.
I haven't. I can't remember what it was on, but I remember it was like, obviously, it was a really good prop. It was the best I had seen of like a prop gun, but it still, I don't think, was to the level clearly. Because when Babs held it up, it was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, this is really, really heavy.
Yeah.
I just
So I
like
don't-
that you just said that it was the best I've seen.
It was the best
best
I've
I've
seen,
seen.
but I'm sure there are plenty more out there. I'm sorry.
It was a very professional analysis.
Yeah.
I would think that you are the prop master.
Oh,
you a prop master?
Well, it's the best
yeah.
I've seen.
Oh yeah, it's the best I've seen,
ever.
but you know, but it didn't have the right ridges, and it didn't. I'm sorry.
It sounds like we're talking about something.
I know, right? That's where I kept trying to
All right,
lead
that's
towards.
the next
but
episode.
yeah.
So there's a bunch of names flying around here. Like we learned that this Ginny Halsey
Yeah.
actress, you know, after because we learned that Jordan was pretty much a dick.
Yeah.
And a squeak! It's like a basketball game in here. And so we learned that he's a dick, and he held people there for long hours, and you know people would play pranks on him, you know, upper deckers and whatnot. And does everyone know the upper decker?
Yeah.
Please explain it.
Oh,
We all just laughed and
don't-
like went. We were like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, don't explain
No,
it.
you just basically take a shit in the top of the bowl.
That's repulsive.
Yeah, the top of it.
Who would do such a thing?
That's repulsive, and I don't even know what you mean by that. So let's just.
The part where the part of the toilet that you
like
never
the
want to
back
open.
of the toilet, the tank, the lid.
The tank,
Oh
the
my
tank,
God.
sorry, yeah.
So gross.
So hopefully
Great.
no one ever leaves an upper decker for you or your friends or family.
Great. Yeah, nobody. I hope not.
Coming to you.
So we learned that she died, this Ginny, driving home after a long day's work.
Yes.
And through Liv's flashbacks, we see that you know someone put dirt and gravestone with her name on it in his Porsche, or what was it, a Porsche, right, with the top, with
Yeah.
the convertible.
Yeah.
I just know it was a
It was
rag
blue.
top.
That's all I
Ragtop. It's in Seattle. So no one likes this kid.
No.
And he thought he was going to get pushed out of the show in
Yep.
the next season, so he's probably worried. They learned that different actors were, you know, it's a turmoil
Yeah.
on set.
Yeah.
Early on, what did you all think where this was leading? Because you had the director or like the creator, and
Yeah.
she was kind of suspicious, and then you had all the other actors and actresses, and then of course you had Starlee Decker who
Yes.
had
Right.
like a sexual relationship with Jordan. So where did you think this was all leading? I know my suspicions at the beginning were
To the prop master.
no, that was almost too easy.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of just thinking. I was just thinking, and some other co-star, or they kind of tricked me. I thought it might have been the assistant who was dating
Yeah.
the one. So that's kind of what I was thinking. The assistant. So.
Were you guys not also bummed though that they did end up taking it back to the prop master? Because I thought the same thing as you when they introduced it. I was like, that's the one they want us to think because that's like the easy, obvious option.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
definitely not him.
Yeah.
But then when they went back to it, I was like, but that was the easy option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought right away it was Wyatt, and then especially when they showed like the posters of how he was in the front center, and then kind of like leaning toward the back.
Wyatt.
And then, I think later on in the show they were saying like he was going to be written out. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's got to be him. It definitely has to be him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because they made Jordan seem like such the jerk, you know. He was
Yeah.
making everybody's life so miserable, but it seemed like Wyatt was a supreme jerk too.
Right.
And what an awful place to work with all these hateful people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't think that answered your question, Jared, but that was just my opinion.
They kind of scattered it. No, you kind of answered it because they threw you all over the place, and they questioned the prop master really late again in the episode.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's guilty. We're gonna do an
Right.
acting thing. I thought maybe Bonnie, was she the director? I guess I thought she was
think that's right, yeah.
kind of guilty
Or the
because
writer.
they said she lied. You know, her assistant. I didn't get
Yeah.
her assistant's
Yeah,
name. Did you? Anyone get the assistant's
Lana.
name?
Lana? Yeah,
Lana.
I think it was Lana.
So she's like, oh, she lied. So I was thinking, okay, there's some motive here or something. But
Poor Lana.
I know.
Yeah.
oh,
Poor
just
Lana.
used and
She was
abused.
used.
Just a
I felt so bad for
tragic
her.
Hollywood story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I almost thought that the focus of this case wasn't the case itself, but more so what, like, the whole making fun of it being a zombie show kind of thing, which I thought was weird. I thought it was great,
Let's
but
get
I
into
didn't.
that.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like this was a case like it normally is, where they were really trying to figure out who did it, and it was like all like we were going in so many different places trying to figure it out as well. I felt like really the whole point of this episode with that case was just to kind of like make fun of themselves.
That definitely did feel like the focus.
Yes.
for sure.
Which, like, I wasn't mad about it. I thought it was, like, a funny thing to do, but it was just a different kind of vibe for the show.
Yeah.
Than I've seen.
You know, I really thought that, okay, since the whole pretend show, Zombie High, was dealing with zombies, I thought this would have been a perfect opportunity to put in a few more close calls. Like maybe to
Yes.
Babs or like anybody else, any of the other people working on the set to like question Liv or
Right.
anything else or
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
They
'Cause-
teased it with that Babs not liking zombies.
Yeah.
That was for
They
a
did
second.
do it once
was so
in the
quick.
in the craft services line when the actual zombies looked at her and were like, "You must be
that's
new."
Right.
Oh, you know what? That one went right. I just
Really?
I didn't even think about it as a play. There's so many little play on words.
I
and
know.
little,
Yeah.
little
They go by
things.
so quick.
Quips.
Yeah, but I definitely thought there could have been a little
Yeah.
more focus on it and just a little more play with that and some more comments. It would have
That
been
would have.
perfect.
Oh my god, that would have been kind of cool to see her get pissed off on set and
Yes.
kind of go in zombie mode, and someone be like, "Oh, it's some killer makeup."
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's.
could see
I
that.
feel like that would have been more of a fun, like,
Yeah.
acting scene for her to do
yeah.
with Wyatt than the one that they did. Like her actually acting like a zombie or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And it'd be like way too close of a call. Like
Yeah.
way too good of a job right there.
Yeah.
How'd you like
Completely
her
agree.
scene that she did with Jordan?
was
with,
hilarious.
not Jordan.
Wyatt.
Wyatt. It was so weird because I was looking up the people's names in this episode. And it was, so and so plain, so and so plain, so and
Yeah.
so. So they had 3 names in the episode.
Right.
So you could also be Cody. You could be a lot of things.
Like, it definitely was fun doing, like, watching her do all that acting stuff, because not even were they making fun of themselves doing a zombie show, but they were even making fun of themselves as actors and what
Yes.
actors say to each other. Like,
Yeah,
I had to
true.
find my motivation. I didn't
Yeah.
see a slap in there, but, I liked the choice.
Yeah.
Bold choice.
It felt the most honest.
Yeah, it was, it was really funny to me. I was like, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of a breaking of like the what do you call it? Like the
fourth wall, yeah.
And her on set, and even up to the end of the episode, because we ultimately find out that the prop master is guilty, but because Babs and Liv have a bad acting scene,
Which was great.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Because they had me fooled.
I did like that.
The
Did they
whole
have you
time.
fooled?
Did they
Yeah,
really?
They
Yeah.
did.
Stop your
Awesome.
nonsense.
Emmys.
Yes, because when she came in, I really thought
She was
that.
worried?
Well, I thought it was the brains that she was on, and that
Oh,
Wyatt,
I see what you mean.
Wyatt was such
Yeah.
a hothead
Yeah.
that she got irritated and ran into the interrogation room. And was like, "Hey, you're not," whatever she said.
Could have been both.
And
Hothead and the acting brains
Yes.
combined. So
Yes.
you were right.
Combined.
You know.
yes,
Perfect.
Yes to all of this, and I really thought there was maybe even going to be a moment of Babs being like, "Look, we just went through this last time when I fired you, and now you're doing this in the
Yeah.
interrogation room. Like, you have lost your mind." I thought it was going to be leading to that,
Yeah.
and I thought that was actually where they might elongate the
All right.
whole rift between
Oh, okay, like
Liv
you'd
and
go back.
Babs, because
That
you'd be
makes
like,
sense,
"You're
yeah.
still insane. You came into the interrogation room and told me off and blah 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 in front of the person I was interrogating. Like, this makes no sense." But it completely went the opposite way, and I wasn't expecting it. They were acting.
They were acting.
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 Acting. Let's do one episode for them.
Don't like that. I'm sure the listeners will love it so very much.
Especially if you're not watching. It's all
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Don't worry about
Jeez.
it.
I felt like they were really taking a jab at I mean, I'll just, a lot of maybe CW shows like this kind of corny, and I thought they were taking a jab, and hopefully they can all laugh at themselves a little bit. And that's what I was thinking with this whole thing, because they were just, it's like bad acting made a guy confess to a murder with a bad acting murder confession. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Because he confessed way too easy, and it was almost like a soap opera at the end.
It was.
I did it.
And I felt like so many of the characters brought in this episode leaned towards that way, even in their acting style. And I don't know if that was on purpose or whatnot. I mean, it wasn't through everything, but I just think it's funny because this is one of my more favorite CW shows in the sense that their cast is very, very good. So watching, and the writing is so great. So watching them kind of boldly poke fun at, you know what I mean? Including themselves in that pool of kind of subpar stuff. Very bold of them, but I dug it because of the group of actors that were doing it and the show that was doing it. But very bold.
Yeah, I know, and I think that's also why it worked really well that Liv she had that whole moment, with Robbie where she was like, no, it's acting, and the apple.
Oh my
and
God,
the whole
that was
thing.
great.
Really
it was hilarious because Liv is an incredible, Rose is an incredible actress.
Yes.
She's so good, and she pulls off all these crazy characters every single week. So it was very funny for her to highlight this in a really overt way. Oh, my motivation, and let me shine this up for you. And Robbie was like, let me get the popcorn.
Right.
Hilarious.
And it's so sad because I even thought when they were doing that, I was like, the funny thing is if Rose McIver and Raoul Cooley actually had to do an exercise like that, they would probably be so good and you would believe that they were actually doing this whole thing. But they playfully did it in a mocking poor actors in Los Angeles on TV shows who are like, I am a method actor, look what I do. You know what? That was really funny to me.
It was great. Really, really great. It came across very well.
Yeah.
I wanted some of the popcorn he was eating.
Yeah.
I know.
I was eating popcorn.
There's some popcorn
actually.
There's some popcorn out there. You can grab some.
On your way out.
Yeah, right.
Grab some
Take it
popcorn.
home with me.
All this popcorn talk, cross promotion, popcorn talk.
Yeah, right.
Great show on this channel. It's got me thinking about almonds and Vaughn.
Yes.
And because there's a big storyline going on here, and Major's I guess allegiance to Vaughn and Max Rager.
This was huge.
Yes.
And it starts off with Major at the gym with Vaughn.
Yeah.
And he's trying to be too buddy-buddy, you can just tell, and he's trying to butter him up, and it's working.
Yeah.
So Gilda kind of gets him back to earth and saying, listen, he's, you idiot, he's playing you, and that, because she hates Major now and wants him out big time, because she doesn't give a crap anymore about him. Well, maybe, I think she still likes him, but you know what I mean. She's angry.
That's about it.
Revenge.
Sending nude selfies.
How much can she really hate the guy?
I know. I mean,
Sending him lingerie selfies.
Exactly.
Just saying.
She's got a good wardrobe, I gotta say. She's a snappy dresser.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, that's what I gotta say about that.
Very put together.
Eddie?
He's on top.
Amazing.
Killing it, man.
Amazing.
That was
perfect.
That one got me a little bit. So,
That was really good.
I was gonna make a comment, but the sound
I know,
I know was so much better.
good.
Well,
Thank
he gets
you.
a Fitbit, which we should talk about
Yeah.
because
Hey,
that's very interesting.
Fitbit.
And
Yeah.
then-
You know what? Holy moly.
Yeah,
Okay,
did you guys not
get into the Fitbit thing, because
Okay.
I didn't put that together until you just said that.
Okay, so
an idiot.
Major gives
Yeah.
him a Fitbit.
Yeah, I was thinking that, Jared. Yeah.
But so Major gives Vaughn a Fitbit,
Yes.
which is supposed to track his, workouts and how he's doing. But at the end, it's actually bugged, so he can hear everything that's being
So
said.
smart.
You know what? I was an idiot.
Major.
I thought maybe he hid it in that damn robot
No.
or something stupid. I just thought, put it in the robot. He's obsessed with the robot. It'll go everywhere he goes. And Fitbit.
They do have
He's
to
all
work in that
excited about
robot
it.
into something, though,
I know,
right?
have to.
Because it really became like its own character in tonight's episode.
I wish he'd
so,
named it or something.
Yeah.
We could reference him properly.
Robbie? Robbie the robot? No.
So did you all think that he
Roby.
was testing Major from the get go, or do you?
No,
or do you
I
think
didn't
did you
know.
think the doctor was really going to give away the secrets, or was that too out of the blue and too? I thought he was actually going to leave. I fell for it. I was like,
Yes.
I think he's leaving.
Yeah.
I
I
agree
did
with you.
too.
I did think that he was actually going to leave. My question was though, why would he tell Major?
Jim Boy.
Yeah, of all
Yes. Why
people.
would he tell him? But I did feel like something was going to go down.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was interesting when Major went to go call out Vaughn, because I was like, what is happening? Like, it was all just very confusing.
Yeah,
the doctor's
right.
leaving. He told Major. Major now is like coming back to Vaughn. Like, the whole thing was very strange to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just go into predictions and what we think is going to happen in 3 weeks for the next episode. Quickly.
Another break.
Desiree.
Okay.
Where do you think?
Now,
Oh my God.
your
I
AfterBuzz
love that guy.
TV
Yeah.
predictions.
Where do you think that we're going here? Where are we going? I mean, the next
have
episode
so many
apparently is 3
ways.
weeks. You know.
I know.
What do you think?
Okay, well, this whole Fitbit thing is very interesting to me.
You love the
and
Fitbit.
I think it's interesting that he gave it to Vaughn before he knew he was going to be tested. So I felt like he was very suspicious about this going on, maybe.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think he's really going to take advantage of that and maybe I don't know, try to play up on that and figure out a way around everything. As far as his relationship with Liv goes, that's to be said. I don't know. I don't know if they'll get back together.
Not
I want
until
to say,
yeah. Well, after he becomes a zombie again, I think they will.
yeah.
And then I think then we'll get to have some like fun moments of them eating the same brains and like feeding off of each other doing that.
Oh, yes.
That could be fun.
But I'm more so I'm just ready for people to start teaming up with Blaine because they're all doing the exact same thing but on different ends. And I'm like ready for like Major and Blaine to team up and take down Vaughn together because they're both doing that separately and like together they would be able to. You know what I mean? And I don't know. So I'm just ready for everybody to start like working together, either working together or becoming more separate and fighting against each other. But right now it just seems like everybody has their own operations and I want it to be a little bit more cohesive in that sense.
Well, I think that definitely some shiz is going to hit the fan because now we have Bosio on hot on Blaine's tail, you know? So it's like, that's going to be really interesting to see what develops from there, if she actually gets him or, you know, how that actually plays out. I agree with you, Desiree, that it's going to be also very interesting to see what Major does with this whole sort of infiltration into Max Rager. I mean, this whole Fitbit thing was genius. Major always surprises me.
I know.
I sadly, for some reason, and I don't know why, but I think like very small of him, and I'm just like, oh, it's Major.
Well, he was introduced as a very kind
Yes.
He was.
of unintelligent.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he like gets me every time. He keeps pulling out all these like just so good. Anyway, so that's going to be very cool to see what goes on with that. And I really do feel like when he turns back zombie, there's no reason for him and Liv not to be together.
Unless Blaine's on the picture by then. But
Yeah. Well, I severely am missing Peyton. She lives there now, doesn't she? So
Yeah, she does.
she must be busy at the DA's, office. So
It's long hours.
Bosio has the potential. I'm just saying now who I like in the show. I'm not,
That's
so
totally
Bosio
okay.
has the potential to be the new Peyton. Because I thought the voice was getting to me earlier on, that now it's reversing the role a little bit. So now Bosio is like, but I think it's just her attitude. Her attitude's changing. She's kind of a spark plug. So
that's because we're getting ready to kill her off, so hold up.
I know. Well, hopefully more Peyton, because I mean, she's integral to the part. I mean, this whole story. Like,
Well, and they need to go back to that Blaine storyline with her too.
Yes,
she
they should be
yes.
dating by now.
Yeah,
Should be a thing.
Right.
Going steady. So
They should be married already.
yeah, come on,
Why is
damn
everyone
it.
moving so slow?
Let's put a bow on this thing and let the fans know where they could find you.
Yeah.
All right.
Kick it off, Des.
You
Yeah,
can
always.
find me on Twitter and Instagram at dmurph625.
And y'all can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hotshot Dude.
And I'm Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blake V Media.
And I'm Jared Gilkerson. That's at Gilkerson Radio on Twitter. They said the next episode is February 2nd. We're going to look into it. We'll be tweeting all about it, but that should be the next episode. So until then, tweet us, get after us, questions, whatever you want, because this is iZombie Nation, and we own it.
I do.
Guilty!
Later.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Pricker Bush!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.